Hello, my name is John Osa, and I'm privileged to be one of the speakers at the Kingdom Back in Indaba 2018, holding on the 2nd of March, hosted by the Kingdom Policy Institute. It's important that we gather at this junction our history to examine how we can create a roadmap to arrive at a destination where we build godly institutions that can govern nations. It's very important to understand that the cycles of seasons, that after we start movement, we need to start going to institutionalization, not institutionalization of religious worship, but building institutions that govern nations. That's the difference. We've institutionalized religion, but this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about the institutions that govern nations, and downloading those templates to be able to look at them scripturally to say, how does God recommend that we are able to bank? It is important to understand that the scripture says that we shall lend to nations. But how do we lend to nations where we do not have the framework where we can conveniently lend to the building of nations? It's a time for us not to just talk about nations. It's time for us to actually start building nations according to God's way of doing things. And for that to happen, we need to build godly institutions. And so at this Indaba, it's going to be, the whole mindset is to be able to create a roadmap that can arrive at a kingdom banking in Africa, starting from South Africa, West Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, East Africa, Uganda, Kenya, and Ethiopia. Wherever God leads us first, to make sure that lands, that it lands with the kind of weight to play a relevant role for nation building, that is being piloted by the church. And so it's important to be there if you want to be a part of the history makers, if you want to be a part of the generation that taketh it by force. This is not just time to talk about the nations, time to take them by force. And to do that, we've got to set the right institutions. If you look at the Exodus journey, when they left Egypt, the movement was going, but God knew that when they get to the place of the promise, they shouldn't be scratching their head on what to do. And so he gave them the template and said to Moses, make sure you build according to what I've shown you on the mountain. So it's important that we download from the third heavens what it's required for us to be able to build banking according to God's way. This is just banking, but there are other institutions. But because banking is a life wire of economies, banking is where you want to fund real estate, you want to fund every other industry. The nerve of the economy is in the banking. So it's important that we take banking on the economic mountain before we're able to move to the other parts of the mountain. So if you want to be a part of that generation that's not going to be looking from heaven and seeing history being made or just being a spectator, but you want to be a part of those who make a contribution to seeing that happen, join us at the back end, but you won't regret it. God bless you. Happy to see you.